On firing point F, Tomaris Amanova from Kazana, Kazakhstan. On firing point E, Anushka Top and junior champion. On firing point D, Gregoreva, one of the most experienced juniors. Praichi Gaikwad on firing point C from India. That is Alina Satpayeva in yet another final. Just days ago, she won the silver medal in the 10-meter air rifle mixed team event.
A good number of sighting shots already been taken, and now with that being said, it's time for the first shot to be fired. The initial start is definitely very crucial. Shooter as well. Another good start from Prachi Gaikwad. But now Alina, 10.6 from her. Anushka Thakor, a 10 from her end. Another 10.6. Prachi Gaikwad with 10.4. The score lines from the side of Alina. In the initial two shots, it looks like that she is in for the race of the gold, and really, really well. But I think that's the caster scores we all know about. Because this time it is a 9.5. Not the accuracy she was looking for. But this one is quite off target from her standards. But on the other side of things, Prachi Gaikwad are pretty consistent on the 10.5. Making sure that every shot counts and every shot gives her the advantage she needs to make sure she is in the leaderboard of the gold medal.
A 10.6 from Anushka Thakor, that's going to take her a long way in this championship, and an 8.7 from Prachi Gaikwad. Not the best. Oh, and there we have it from Gregoreva, a 10.9 Bulls.
But now scoring a regular of 9.7s. That is not something that we thought might happen, but this is getting a little bit out of hands. But Gaikwad, on the other side of things, if you look at her, a decent start to the game. 10.8 again, and almost a bullseye from her end as well. But if you look at the cluster, I think she has been the most accurate one till now.
A closer look at both the shooters as well as the targets. Most of them are Praichi Gaikwad from India. Behind her with only a 0.5, and after Prachi, Anushka Thakor. Praichi Gaikwad repositioning, still getting ready, making sure everything is set in her.
Only 9 minutes have passed from there on, and as time wins, another 10.3 from Tomaris. Already 18 shots, and that is a big surprise, to be honest. Also, if we consider time, it is just 11 minutes through the game, and in these 11 minutes 18 shots have been taken by Tomaris, who is the table topper, alongside Alina. But when we see Joel and Anushka Thakor, 13 shots each, quite some time for them to go through. But Prachi, in the meanwhile, a 10.9, a bullseye from her, took her sweet time and making sure that it counts.
Prachi has taken her first shot in this position, but Amanova Tomaris is done with her 20. She is done with this position, and the rest are close. They're done with about 18 shots. Another Kazakh shooter, Alina Satpayeva, done with her 20 rounds as well, while Prachi is still on her 12th. We will only find out after a few more minutes if that was the right call on her part. But I believe you better be comfortable and taking your aim right, even if it delays you slightly, rather than rushing into it and messing up your shots and overall scores, if you really want to be standing on top of that podium. All three Kazakh shooters working very much on time, mechanically.
To be considered, but now with Prachi Gaikwad, only 15 shots being taken, has still 4 more to go. The players from Kazakh have finished off their prone shooting range and now just waiting and gearing up for the next one. Joel on 18, Thakur Anushka on 19 shots, another 10.2 from her end. And Anushka Thakur scores a 9.6 to conclude the prone position from her end. But also, now when the players are gearing up for the next one, as for the new rules, they have the access to the coaches helping them in gearing for the standing position, and that is a big plus point.
Especially after the kneeling and proning. But this would also be the tiebreaker, the one that decides the fate of both these shooters and puts getting ready to take their sighting shots before they begin shooting the round in standing position. From the Chief Range Officer to begin with their standing shots.
Out of all 3 positions, will surely be the most difficult one out there. The competition series of 5, this will determine who increases their advantage and who just fumbles out of the top. Tomoris and Prachi Gaikwad, a scoreline above 10, and both are from the same nation, Kazakh, and another 10.3 from Kazakh Tomoris, whereas 9.1 from Satyabama Alina, quite toppling down slowly and steadily, and this is the reason the standing position is considered to be the most difficult one out there.
Prachi Gaikwad has still taken only 1 out of the 5 shots, and that is his second at 10.5. Her experience is speaking here. The patience that she has to take every single shot to reset her focus and make sure she's closer to the target. Unlike the counterparts, her juniors in this category, who are rushing through their shots often away from the target, much away than they want to be.
Slowly and steadily, the accuracy of the players is reducing with every shot being taken. The consistency of 10 points is definitely Kazakhstan. She needs to up the level right now, but again, Tomoris scores a 10.2, Prachi on a 9.7. But as I say this, Joel, a 10.6 from her end, are pretty close on the bullseye, not too far out either. And this will surely help her increase her overall tally. But these 5 shots about to be completed. Thakur Anushka still waiting to take her final shot, and so is Prachi Gaikwad.
With a 255.4, 1.4 behind her is Prachi Gaikwad, and right after that, Alina Satpayeva.
And again, Anushka Thakur, 250.1 for her. The distance between 3 and 2, the bronze and the silver, is quite humongous right now. And Alina Satpayeva, another good start, 10.6. But Joel does even better. Anushka Thakur gets a 10.8, a 10.7 from Tomorris, and looks like the players are getting into the rhythm of the standing position, slowly and steadily increasing up the scoreline. Gaikwad a 10.4 from her end. A good start for so many of these players, but the follow-up is not as good, the earlier one.
Ten and sub-tens for most for this 21st shot for almost all of the shooters here. The consistency in short seems to be fading away, but that's also very natural given this is the junior category. There is a lack of experience compared to the seniors, and they can feel the pressure and fatigue kicking in after 25 strong shots, and almost through with this series as well, with the 29th shots being fired. A 10.7 on the 28th from Anushka Thakur. That will take her a long way and has put her in third position now above Alina Satpayeva. 8.7 from Alina, not good for her for sure, but a 9.6 from Prachi Gaikwad. Not enough to take her up on the leaderboard, rather. Usually in this format, we see 2 shooters being eliminated out of 8 after a round of 30, but since we only have 6, we will not be.
And Shoel, she continues to live on into the final.
And well, that is the end of the final for Joelle Gladson. She finishes on number 5. The crowd cheering her on for her splendid performance. We are down to our last 4 finalists. Fair a 1.3 score lead for Prachi Gaikwad, which was earlier with Amanova, but Prachishka or Gregorieva. A 9.4 from Gregorieva. Anushka Thakur yet to shoot. Alina Gregorieva finishes 4th for this women junior event. We have 2 medal winners on the podium, 2 Indians on the podium yet again, and a Kazakhstan shooter in the mix. Yet
It's really a very close competition now. We just saw a differential of 1.3. Having a winner for a 1.9, quite difficult indeed. Tomorris gets on a 9.6. That means a 10 point. No, it's not going to work out. It is still not going to work out. Anushka will have to settle with a bronze medal this time around at 10.4 from her end. But 41.1 points for Anushka Thakur. And she gets another bronze in her medal tally.
with the last absolutely milked. They have used the opportunity so well in their favor and gone home with so many medals. Both with a 9.2. But the previous lead was good enough to keep Prachi safe, and Prachi Gaikwad wins the gold for 50-meter rifle 3 positions women junior. A silver for Kazakhstan here, Tomira Samanova, with a total score of 351.4. Great performance from the juniors here. A lovely, lovely event.
What a way to play this game off, what a way to finish things off. Tomorris was in the lead for quite some time in the initial 25 shots, but after that slowly toppling down, and it was Prachi Gaikwad who has been super consistent since then. Always chasing her, but then making sure that she takes the leap and gets onto the gold. Another double podium for Team India. Another scoreline where they are heavily dominating the opponents.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen,